Introduction, types of production, factors of production. Production. Production is defined as the process of converting the input raw material into output product. Here, wood acts as a raw material and chaff as a product. In economics, production means creation of utility. Place utility. Extraction from earth to transforming goods is called place utility. For example, water is extracted from the earth and then transformed into goods. Time utility. Making the products available at the time when required. Types of production. There are three types of production, namely primary, secondary and tertiary production. Primary production. The product which is removed or harvested directly from the earth in order to extract raw materials or food. For example, agriculture, forestry and fishing. These comes under primary production. Secondary production. It takes the raw material from the primary sectors and manufacture into goods. These sectors include manufacture, industry and chemistry. So the products are manufactured and then sent to the industry and then the chemical products are seen. Tertiary production. It provides the goods and services to business and consumers. It has both sort of companies like commercial companies such as bakery and restaurant, service companies such as hospital and banks. Factors of production. Anything that assists to produce a product is called factors of production. It is a cooperative process and not a job of any single factor, which means it requires each and everyone's help. Factors of production is of four types, namely capital, entrepreneur, labor and land. To keep in mind, here it's a clue word self. C for capital, E for entrepreneur, L for labor, L for land. Land. Land is a free gift of nature. Land acts as original and primary factor of production. The natural resources are extracted from the land. Labor. Physical labor, mental labor. Economic activity of a man with head and hand are said to be labor. The man who works with the head are considered as mental labor and with hand are considered as physical labor. The resource used in every stage of production, either manufacturing or assembly. Capital. Capital is that part of the wealth which is used for production. For example, a person owns a car is wealth, but when this car is used in taxi services, it is capital. All capital is wealth, but all wealth is not capital. Entrepreneur. The person takes all the decision along with the risk. He brings all the factors of production together in a profitable way. He decides what to produce, how to produce, and where to produce his products. Now let's see what we learned today. So we learned about the production and its types, namely primary production, secondary production, and tertiary production. So here is an example. Primary sector extraction, secondary sector manufacture, tertiary sector service. So the raw material wood is extracted from the primary sector and then converted into chair in secondary sector and then sold to consumers as goods and services. Factors of production. So the clue word cell indicates the factors of production, which means C for capital, E for entrepreneur, L for labor, L for land. Here example, making a coffee. So the products which we need for making coffee is milk, sugar and coffee beans. These are extracted from the land and named as natural resources. Then we are mixing all the natural resources together to make a coffee, and this process known as labor. Next, the coffee is sold to the consumer in the product of money, and this is known as the capital. And finally, here comes our entrepreneur. So he collects the raw material and he makes the coffee and he also sells the coffee. So all the three factors are done by the single person in his own risk. Hope you all understood